Fantastic Mr. Fox.
It's fantastic.
Hello everybody, welcome to Film Fireside. This is one that was recommended to me, as was At World's End. I had seen Fantastic Mr. Fox before, and I loved it the first time, and I continuously love this film. As I was watching this film, I realized something about this film. I forget this movie. I watched it. I watched this fairly recently. I watched it I want to say a year ago, and I watched it just this weekend. And I'm I want to say this is I want to say that it feels like the first time watching it every time you watch it. I don't know if that's just because there's so much of it just shoved into this movie that you're just kind of oh, okay, I forgot that happened last time. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it feels like I'm watching this movie for the first time every time I watch it, which I think that's a compliment. I want to make that a compliment for this movie.
It feels like the very first time.
The style of this film, obviously Wes Anderson style. We know Wes Anderson style now, but this film put him on the map. I mean, really. He had films before this one, but my opinion, this is the film that made everyone be like, whoa, we got to take Wes Anderson more seriously. He knows his stuff. Since this, though, and I've mentioned this before, his films have all kind of been the same of this, more or less. Not entirely. Obviously, he tells different stories. There are different settings. There are different environments he places his movies in. So he's very clever. He has a very imaginative personality, obviously. I mean, Isle of Dogs took place in Tokyo. Or I don't know if Tokyo specifically, but I think it takes place in Japanese culture. That film worked very, very well. This is just a film that should, by all counts, shouldn't have worked. He uses claymation in a world of 3D animation that is so much more fluid than this. But that was 100% intentional, obviously. It was very intentional for the type of film and the type of story he wanted to tell. And also, the type of humor he wanted to accomplish. There is so much dryness within Wes Anderson's films, and I love me some dry humor. Slap a saltine on that joke and let me eat it.
Boo! You stink!
Case in point. So the claymation, the script, the dialogue, all attribute to this just environment of dry humor. One of the things I noticed this time that I hadn't before, Mr. Fox's journey, he comes to a point near the end of the film where he meets a specific character, I guess, and they have an interaction that really just blaringly stuck out to me this time watching this movie, and I feel like there's a lot to analyze there. So yes, this is a film to be analyzed, I think, and I actually didn't think that beforehand. I was no, it's a comedy, it's a funny story, it's with really dry humor, that's why it works so well. But now, after watching this time, I was listening to other elements of the script, and that specific interaction makes me go, wow, there's a lot to perhaps pull from this that I didn't notice before. Another aspect of this film that I really liked, Jason Schwartzman's voice performance in this film. He just makes me laugh so hard in this movie. The way he delivers his lines is just so funny.
You're supposed to be my lab partner.
I am.
No, you're not. You're disloyal.
Oh, he's such a jerk to that poor little fox. And yeah, I don't know. It's really charming. He's one of the highlights of this film for me. I mentioned the claymation before. I forgot to mention this earlier. By all accounts, that shouldn't have worked. There are better forms of animation. But another aspect of this film that's really cool, within the whole production design and the feel of every setting, the fact that it's claymation really adds to just the beauty of certain shots. There are some shots that are just breathtaking. I gotta ask myself, would that have worked not in a claymation setting? And I don't think so. You know what I mean? I don't think it would have been as beautiful. There are certain things that just worked so well. It is just really, really beautiful. My score of this film, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts on Wes Anderson in general, on Fantastic Mr. Fox. What is your favorite Wes Anderson movie? Actually, let's ask that question first. And what are your favorite elements of Fantastic Mr. Fox? Are there some analytical things that you feel need to be discussed about Fantastic Mr. Fox? Let me know in the comments. Start a discussion with me. I'd love to talk this movie with you. Also, let me know what movies you want me to review moving forward. We're going to the past, and we're going to review some films from way back when that we're going to revisit because it's fun and we like them. We like movies. So I'm going to do that for the next little bit. Let me know. Comment what movies you want me to do. I'll try to get to as many of them as I can. Comment, like, subscribe. Bye-bye.